What is going on, YouTube fam? This your boy Tony 2Times, and we back with another video, man. And before I start, be sure to smash that like button. You definitely gonna want to watch this one to the end. Let's get right into it. Bonnie and Clyde, a couple from the 1930s that did everything together, from hitting licks to hits, doing whatever they had to do to survive. It wasn't long before police caught up with the couple, ending in their demise. But this early 1900s story set the stage for some to feel like if they don't have a relationship like Bonnie and Clyde's, they do not want it at all. And on this video, we will be discussing a couple from Joplin, Missouri, Blake Fitzgerald and Brittany Harper, and how their multi-state crime spree had the world comparing them to Bonnie and Clyde. According to sources, Blake and Brittany were small town kids. They both would get into a little bit of trouble, but nothing major. Brittany had a husband, but he passed away. And some say the young lady got caught up on narcotics, and Blake also, before even meeting Brittany. After Blake received a treatment program for a charge he caught, after leaving the program, his parents alleged they thought he was doing good and living in Branson, Missouri. Then Blake informed his parents he had met someone and was there with her, and it was Brittany. This is before things got out of control. Some speculate Blake was on the run for violating parole, but for whatever reason, a doctor's home was broken into in Joplin by Blake. Some TVs, checkbooks, and blickies were taken. About 4 days after the break-in, the young couple were now on the move, showing up to an exit screen Power Sports, a used car lot in Joplin. The two test drove a black 2008 Cadillac with a worker, but once they returned to the car lot, the couple asked could they drive the car alone, in which the dealership agreed. But Blake, Brittany, or the car never came back. About 2 days later, the couple resurfaced about 300 miles away, walking into an Eco Lodge in Ozara, Missouri, a little before 6 a.m. Blake asked the female clerk about renting a room, but asked if Brittany could see the room first before the couple agreed. They did not want the room and left. When the clerk realized her cell phone and purse was gone, authorities in the county spotted the black Cadillac on I-55, but the couple managed to get away. Then in another part of Missouri, the two allegedly broke into a home, taking 2 sets of keys and a white Chevy Trailblazer, and left Missouri for good. At some point, Blake and Brittany ended up in Tennessee, where the doctor from the burglary told authorities Blake had cashed 2 of the checks at Walmart in Nashville. About 2 days later, the couple would end up in Birmingham, Alabama, where Brittany checked them into another Eco Lodge using her ID and paying cash. But it was a short stay before Brittany and Blake headed to Tuscaloosa, Alabama. By this time, the couple were on the run for petty charges, nothing major, but that would soon change. They had covered 785 miles in just 5 days. In Tuscaloosa, this is where the two would start being compared to Bonnie and Clyde. When the couple pulled up to a motel in Tuscaloosa, Blake made small talk with the clerk, 26-year-old Cal Deese, saying they ran out of gas and asked to use the man's cell phone. But then Blake approached the register and told Cal he needed the money and keys to his whip. Cal thought it was a joke until Blake flashes the blicky, asking the man, "Do you know what this will do to you?" Cal quickly handed over the $400 in the drawer before being led to the back seat of his own Jetta, which allegedly Brittany drove as Blake sat in the passenger seat. By this time, the couple started telling Cal about their troubles and what they were trying to do, go to Florida and get married, before Blake spotted a McDonald's manager in a white Camaro and wanted the car because it was a better vehicle to get away from police. Allegedly, Blake walked up to the young lady stating, "Ma'am, I'm about to rob you." As she stated she doesn't have anything, he stated, "I want your car." The young lady threw the keys across the parking lot and ran. Blake then ran back to the Jetta, but the McDonald's employees had already got the tag number. The couple sped through traffic before the two eventually told the young man in the back seat, promise not to call police or tell anybody, before they eventually let him out of the car and parked in front of her home. It was on Sunday morning, about 8 a.m. With a family inside the home, husband, wife, and 2 kids, were eating breakfast before Blake entered the home through the garage and announced he was having car trouble. Then pulled out a blicky and demanded the couple give him the phone and car keys. The husband fled somehow, but Blake forced the rest of the family inside of their 2010 Ford Edge. Brittany hopped in the back seat with the wife, and Blake drove. Before the lady was told, the couple would drop the family off at a medical center in Birmingham and then headed to another state. By this time, Missouri police and Alabama police recognized the couple, but somehow they stayed ahead of the law, sending the media going crazy, comparing the young couple to a modern day Bonnie and Clyde, labeling them armed and dangerous. With photos everywhere online, then about 11 p.m., a few days later, the couple arrived at a gas station in Perry, Georgia, before telling the clerk he needed the money, which was $160, and Blake took a couple cartons of cigarettes before escorting the young lady to the car, stating they wouldn't hurt her. The couple then used her phone to call family members, stating they loved them, before driving 15 miles and releasing the young lady. Then a few days later, the couple popped up in Destin, Florida, in Alvin's Island department store. They browsed a little bit before Brittany was told to go start the car, and Blake approached the counter, blicky in hand, and demanded the cash before eventually running out. Businesses all over a few states started to report their encounters with the couple. The couple would strike again at Famous Footwear in Pensacola, Florida, snatching a few pair of Nikes and socks before Blake pulled his same move, robbing the store. Authorities were contacted and saw on surveillance Brittany and Blake were in a white Ford Edge. The chase would begin when deputies spotted the Ford Edge by Pensacola Bay. But after a 30-minute chase, the car was abandoned and the couple wasn't nowhere in sight. They allegedly ran from a park into a home of a man where him and his 2-year-old were watching TV. As the man looked up, he saw Blake with a blicky out before ordering the family into a bedroom in the house, before Blake assured them everything would be okay, and again calling his family, sounding frantic, telling them he loved them and asked to speak to his 3-month-old child. After about an hour in the home, Blake wanted to leave, but Brittany was injured from running from the police earlier. They waited until a little after midnight, then took the keys to the man's Chevy Colorado truck and left the home. The man ran down the street and flagged down police. Deputies soon spotted the truck on I-10. The couple exited the interstate and drove into a rural area and ended on a road that said no outlet. With police on their trail, a man 64 years old was at his home and remembered hearing about the couple early on the news. As the man noticed police lights and the truck parked by his yard, he woke up his wife and grabbed his blicky. The truck began moving slowly as police fired shots at the tires, demanding the couple to get out of the car. In the man's yard, where lights was all around, allegedly shots were fired, and according to sources, Blake would try to use Brittany as a shield. She was hit, but he was hit also. Brittany would survive, but Blake would not make it. It was all over. And their final destination of Florida. Brittany was taken into custody, and the media ran with the Bonnie and Clyde story. Brittany was eventually sentenced to 19 years and 3 months in prison. Some allege it was narcotics involved. Some say Blake just didn't want to go back to prison. More of this story is simple. Sometimes we try to get out of jams that can make things 10 times worse. At first the crimes were petty, but the more they moved, the deeper the hole got. Maybe this was a modern day Bonnie and Clyde. Man, crazy story, you feel me? Y'all definitely let me know what y'all think about this one in the comments, you feel me? If you made it to the end, I definitely appreciate it, man. Be sure to smash that like button, man. But yeah, this crazy, man, you feel me? I'm definitely curious to hear y'all opinions on this. They went state to state, and at first it wasn't that serious. It was just petty stuff, but it escalated, you know, and they was facing time. And a lot of people say Blake ain't want to go back to prison, you feel me? But at the end, man, they got a little tricky for him, and yeah, it got crazy, you know what I mean? And I feel like he already knew what he was about to do. He knew he was gonna hold court in the street. You know, I don't know why he tried to hold her up as a shield, man. But yeah, you feel me? I guess they was trying to live out, like I said, the modern day Bonnie and Clyde thing. that everybody had already set for them. But it ended kind of the same way if you ask me, man. But y'all already know, man. Crazy story. Definitely let me know what y'all think in the comments, you feel me? If you made it to the end, I appreciate you. Be sure to smash that like button, man. Y'all already know this your boy Tony 2 times. Love y'all, fam. I'm out.